We're in Lithuania. Join me as we experience the beautiful, charming streets of this city and some others in the country. Whispers of the Soviet history. Lithuania, of course, left the Soviet Union in 1990 and was the first breakaway state. Let's see what we can find out here in Lithuania. This seems to be a fairly typical street in Vilnius. I mean, you just look at the architecture, it's quite Germanic in a way, you know, not very obvious that this was once a Soviet country as we look and we see, you know, nice decoration above the windows, colours, light colours with sort of orangey red roofs. It's really quite pleasant. It's Vilnius Archicatedra, featuring neoclassical architecture. It's a Roman Catholic cathedral finished in 1783. Let's go and have a look. Grand Dukes of Lithuania in Vilnius, next to the cathedral, and also you've got Duke Gediminas here, the founder of this great city, a general, perhaps, duke from the 14th century, invited merchants and artisans alike after a prophetic vision to come and set up business here in Lithuania. We've also got a guy playing the drums as well, which you can probably hear. It's pretty loud. Checking out the room, a bit of a coffee making facilities, a good telly. Quite a nice view out of the window, actually. A couple of beds, one with George on it. And of course, bathroom as well. Nice bath and shower, sink, toilet, and honestly, genuinely beautiful, fluffy robes with slippers. I've just stepped out of the shower here at the Grand Hotel Vilnius. And honestly, what a treat. I'm lying on the bed. It is a super soft mattress. The pillows, again, so soft, so comfy, and this robe is absolutely sublime. Honestly, I am in heaven right now. So this is Piana Vishna, and we're supposed to do the first one without hands. George, if you will. We'll get a few cherries in there as well. It is a cherry liqueur. What's your thoughts, George? Good? Fantastic. So you made some mess. Lovely stuff. So we have here some Piana Vishna, a Ukrainian cherry liqueur. Let's try it, George. Cheers in Lithuania.
Cheers in Lithuania.
Oh, I think nice and sweet, but pretty strong. Your thoughts?
It's a bit like sherry.
It is a bit like sherry, actually.
If you're an old person, you'll know what that is.
If you're an old person. So yeah, come to Vilnius. Try some Ukrainian Piana Vishna cherry liqueur. You'll love it. I'm here at the Three Crosses Monument on one of the hills in Vilnius. It's allegedly dedicated to 14th century Franciscan friars who were brutally beheaded and tortured on the hills at Gediminas. It's also a stark reminder that Lithuania, as per a recent census, is 78% Catholic. Now, these crosses also overlook the town of Vilnius with an absolutely beautiful view. Let's go and check that out. You'll notice as you look across the city of Vilnius, many of the buildings have those iconic red roofs. They're made of clays, which were, of course, widely available and widely durable, making them a sensible material to use for the roofs of your buildings in Vilnius. Just walking back into Vilnius from the monument of the Three Crosses, and this beautiful woodland, it really doesn't look like a capital city or sound like one either. It's so peaceful walking through this park at this point in time. I mean, just look at the trees and the plants around us. You wouldn't find that in London. We're in the ruins of Gediminas Castle. The only remaining part is Gediminas Tower. You can see the ruins all around me, and they're doing some sort of restoration here as well. This tower was named, in fact the whole castle was, after the Grand Duke Gediminas, the founder of Vilnius.
Basically explain every single European capital ever. The residential area where people live, you've got the sort of financial districts where everyone works, and then you've got the old town, which is full of tourists, and they're all basically the same in Europe, bar sort of individual cultural identities.
As we walk down some more of the streets of Vilnius, I can't help but think this is very similar to a Bratislava or a Prague, but less busy than Prague, of course. It feels very, very bohemian, very Slavic, you know, with the architecture and what you can see around you. It feels like a lovely place to be, as well as this. What you will notice as you look around, it's so clean as well. A fantastic city to be, Vilnius. Some street art in Vilnius. People standing under the NATO umbrella with the hashtag Protect the Future.
And obviously the umbrella being the umbrella of safety that is NATO. Everyone is enjoying themselves because of NATO's protection. They have been here in Vilnius since 1990, I believe.
Maybe that's what the art's trying to say. Who knows? So this is the Gate of Dawn, one of the parts of the original defence wall to the historical centre of Vilnius. It also features an icon of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which is believed to have performed miracles in time gone by. It is a very, very important spiritual pilgrimage site in the beautiful old town of Vilnius. There are also a significant number of Orthodox churches here in Lithuania. This one is an Orthodox church and a monastery complex. The architecture is Baroque. It was designed by Johann Christoph Glaubitz. And let's go and see what's inside. So we've come across one of the city portals where you see somebody vaping at us. How lovely. These are prominent in a couple of cities. George, you tell me there was one in Dublin some time ago?
Yeah, I think that this one does go to Dublin still. Then there was one in Lublin in Poland, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and Philadelphia in the United States.
Fantastic, and we'd imagine this one's probably Philadelphia because it seems to be quite early in the morning, but there's someone coming along, so we'll give him a wave. And we got a wave back.
We're getting a lot of waves, I reckon they are Americans actually.
Oh, how lovely. What a nice thing to do and see. A brilliant thing in Lithuania, you just scan your card, you go in, you get what you want off the shelf, it comes up on the screen, and you just press yes and pay for it and walk out. There's no people, all self-service, incredibly safe. George, you ordered a Lithuanian traditional bread drink.
I don't know what it is. They didn't explain it to me, but all it said was bread drink, and it counts as a soft drink. So I just thought,
have a go.
oh, that is strange.
Summarise it, 3 words.
It's a bit like beer.
A bit like beer. Would you recommend people try it?
Yeah, it's all right. I can drink it. I can drink the rest of it. It's all right. It's just a bit, takes you off guard. It's a bit odd.
Fair enough. Fantastic. George, you've been to Latvia and Estonia. What do you think of the other Baltic countries and compared to Lithuania?
They are similar but not the same.
Interesting. So architecture-wise?
I mean, I would say Estonia or in Tallinn, it's a lot more medieval, as in like a lot really cobbled streets, sort of turreted sort of castles everywhere. Riga is more of a, I'd say out of the three, is probably more of a metropolis, quite big, more to do, but still quite grand in its own way. And then I'd say this place is sort of architecturally probably the best. It's a bit more like Vienna, I would say.
Yeah, with all of the classical style and what have you. I think it's a really pretty place to be. But it's interesting that like all these three countries are often grouped as a similarity, but they are
the same.
exactly not the same. Within Lithuania, within Vilnius, there is Užupis, a self-proclaimed republic. Let's go and check it out. The streets, I guess, almost look like a little French town, perhaps. Let's have a look around. We have here the constitution of Užupis in many, many different languages all along the wall. It's a very peaceful constitution. It talks about a right to life, a right to be happy, a right to cry, and a right, if you're a dog, to be a dog. Check some of this out. It is like a really arty, crafty place with lots of artwork on the wall. It's quite a nice place to be, you know, Užupis. What do you think, George?
Yeah, it's clearly the hipster part of the city, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of looking at it. It's a cat. I can't even begin to analyse this art. And yet more, a really striking mural on the side of this building here in Užupis. We're in the Karoliniškės area of Lithuania now to visit the Lithuania TV tower, but we can see that this is more of those whispers of the Soviet past of Lithuania. Just look at these buildings here, incredibly brutalist reminders of the Soviet past of Lithuania. So here is the Vilnius TV tower. It's absolutely huge. The picture doesn't really cover it. I think it's about 320 meters up. You've got a restaurant halfway to the top as well with a revolving platform. This tower was built in 1974, completed in 1980, and was instrumental in one of those battles for Lithuanian independence in 1990, where some civilians did lose their lives. So let's go and check it out. We made it up to the observation deck on the 67th floor of the Vilnius TV tower, standing at about 170 meters up. The views, honestly, on a day like today are absolutely spectacular. Let's check them out. So here you can actually see parts of Vilnius, many of these old Soviet-style tower blocks there into the financial district and the old town of Vilnius way beyond this mesh. And right over into the distance, you'd be looking into Belarus. For a premium, you can also do the Edge Walk, where you are, of course, tethered on to the world at a height roughly the same as the height of Blackpool Tower, just to really drink in these beautiful views of this beautiful country. Another thing I find quite interesting looking at the top of the Vilnius TV tower is all of this woodland, this forest on the banks of the river Neris. It's not something you find in every capital city, is it? It's forestry that dense. You can see here one of Lithuania's energy plants. There's another slightly smaller one to its right-hand side, which shows that Lithuania does still heavily rely on natural gas, although they are rapidly transitioning towards renewable sources of energy, including buying some small modular nuclear reactors for commissioning here in the country, as well as a big fan, of course, on wind, solar and hydroelectricity, as per the rest of the European Union. A nice little bar as well at the top of the Vilnius TV tower, so we've decided we'll have some cocktails. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the Lithuanian Road of Freedom in the typical colours of the Lithuanian flag, yellow, green and red, of course. It was built in 2010 to commemorate 20 years of Lithuanian independence from the Soviet Union. The contrasts in Vilnius on two sides of the river, look at that. You've got your financial district and you've got your old town. Such a massive contrast between the two. This rock here, Vilnius, 1323 to 1978, commemorated 650 years of the city. obviously 702 years old now. The first mention of Vilnius in any sort of literature was by Duke Gediminas in 1323. So I'm here with Gabby, I'm here with Jasmine. So my friends, tell me, Lithuania, what do you like? What's good, what's not so good? Go ahead.
We both want to say something. Don't
Go on.
Okay, I will just start that I really like that Lithuanian people are really honest, and whenever they start a conversation with you, they really want to know the depths of your soul.
Wow.
So they don't really do the chit chat, the English way. We don't do that. We just go straight into the details and
That's super interesting.
to who you are, where you come from,
Yes.
and what bothers you. And I think that is beautiful.
Yeah,
So, you
it's
know,
also filming us,
you're looking right deep into my soul here, Gabby.
Yeah, we are.
How about you, Jasmine? What do you like about Lithuania?
It's a small town, but you can feel here like it's a big town. But it's
Yeah.
a small town when everyone is honest with you.
Yes, I like the honesty of the people here. It's really nice.
And if you don't like the multicultural and a lot of people and how they call the countries where a lot of people.
Metropolis, the big cities.
Yeah, it's a small country, but everyone here is honest with you. And if they like you and you like them, it's a friendship for a lifetime.
I really like that. Thank you so much, both of you, for that. It's brilliant.
nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much. It's lovely to meet you both too. You join me at Vilnius train station as we make the second part of our journey to Kaunas. The tickets from Vilnius to Kaunas, both of us first class, it came to only €30. It's about an hour and a quarter journey. So we'll have a look and see what it's like aboard Lithuanian trains. So we're aboard the double-decker train. We've got plenty of legroom. A nice padded comfy seat as well in first class. So we made it to Kaunas after an hour and a quarter on this train. It was relatively comfortable, but the seat was a little bit hard. But we got here with some free water, which is always nice. Now Kaunas, of course, is the second city in Lithuania. And former capital, yes, of course, as it was capital between the First and Second World Wars. Let's check out the history that this place has to offer. Check out the room in Kaunas. Got a bed, obviously. Quite a nice view out the window, actually, of a nice street below. A bit of bird muck, obviously, on the window, which is grand. And then, yeah, quite a nice little street. A church in the distance with a Lithuanian flag visible as well. Check out the bathroom while we're here. Oh, cheers, George. We've got a shower, toilets, sink, plenty of towels. Pretty good stuff. Now look at this. One of the beautiful streets of Kaunas. Trees down the middle, people walking around. It's all so peaceful here. How lovely. This is Vytautas Magnus, a former king of Lithuania who was instrumental in one of those great medieval battles back in around 1430. The statue is also next to this building, covered in Lithuanian flags, but this is what I'm on about when I'm talking about those reminders of Lithuania's communist past. Just look at this brutalist style architecture building from years gone by in the Soviet Union. Another one of Kaunas's very sweet little roads. George, you reckon it sort of reminds you of somewhere like Krakow?
Yeah, somewhere like Krakow in Poland.
Is that architecturally speaking, or culturally speaking, or just the way that the people are, the way that it looks?
To be honest, just the way it looks, the way it feels. I suppose they will be quite sort of close-knitted in culture-wise, but still, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
Just a vibe.
quaint little houses. Some nice, sensible architecture, I would say. A nice place to be. This is Kaunas Castle, the only doubled wall castle in the entirety of Lithuania. It's a 14th century castle, was instrumental in defending against the Teutonic Knights. And it's said that Vytautas, the guy that we saw in the statue a little bit earlier on, stayed here on a number of occasions. It's well defended, with a bit of a going into a ditch coming back up. Perhaps once upon a time there was a moat there. It was quite pretty, nice little dome. Again, all this sort of red roof architecture coming from the clay that was available for making buildings in the local area. And you do see that a lot around Lithuania, in Kaunas and in Vilnius. We noticed that Kaunas Castle is a lot smaller than some of the castles that we might see in the United Kingdom. And these are because those great castles in the United Kingdom, you know, Windsor, Lincoln and such like, they weren't just built for defence, but they were built to live in as well. These castles purely were built for strategic defence, hence their smaller size. We're outside the church of St. Michael, the Archangel, otherwise called Soboras, and a really imposing figure in the city of Kaunas. It was originally built in Neo-Byzantine style as a Russian Orthodox cathedral and has later been repurposed as a Catholic church. It was also, during the Soviet era, an art gallery at one point. Let's go check it out. So this is Christ's Resurrection Church here in Kaunas. It was started to be built in 1934, but the construction of it was actually interrupted by the Second World War. It features a little bit more of a sort of brutalist Soviet style of architecture, and it was eventually reconsecrated as a church in 2004. Let's have a look. We're inside the Basilica Church of Christ's Resurrection, and what an interesting style this is. I'm obviously keeping the voice down as we are in a place of worship, but just looking at this style, I've never seen anything like it before. What a wonderful place to be. We've come up to the roof terrace on the Basilica of Christ the King's Resurrection, and you can see pretty much the same as what George mentioned the other day. You've got your flats and stuff way over there where people live, you've got your financial districts and your offices where people work, and then you've got your old town over here, splitting Kaunas into three parts once again really. And you can see, as mentioned before, those red roofs on the houses over there, all made from that clay material, which is so widely available in the Baltics. You can see the same from the other side as well. Plenty of places for people to live in the far distance there. A little bit of graffiti on this old Soviet style building here. And over into this side, some more housing. You can see a little gold turret towards the centre of the screen, which just goes to show you've got the difference between your Catholic churches and your Orthodox churches here in this deeply religious country. They've got this beautiful little temple as well on top of the basilica, featuring the stages of the cross, an altar, and a little bit of seating. It's really echoey in here. I mean, look at the size of this place with the roof way, way up there. It's just wonderful to be here. Oh, we've come across this old Soviet tower block of some sort. Let's try and get in. I'd heard about this abandoned brutalist building here in Kaunas, and check it out. There's a bit of graffiti, just so Soviet style. It's absolutely incredible to see something like this just completely on display. It's not even out of the way. In the city of Kaunas in the European Union. It's honestly super interesting that something like this is still about and you can see it. It was a little challenging to get in, mind you, but just looking around, I am absolutely blown away by this place. Just look at that, it's so cool. So that pretty much brings us to a close here on Liberty Avenue in Kaunas in Lithuania. And we were both sort of remarking, we just didn't really know what to expect when we came here. And George, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I didn't know, as you said, I didn't know what to expect, but I suppose it's it's been one of the better places in Europe for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure, it's been one of my favourites. I wouldn't really know what to compare it to be quite honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to compare it to either. I think it's quite similar to Poland in some ways, but you know, just looking at this avenue with all of these lovely trees, it is a beautiful place to be, so clean and so safe. My friends, visit Lithuania. You will not be disappointed. See you next time.